What's up, YouTube? It is Joel here. Time for a new stimulus update about a new, and I emphasize the word new, stimulus package coming out. I can't believe I'm actually doing this video. I thought that the last one, the American Rescue Plan, was the last one. You know, the $1.9 trillion stimulus package. There's another one coming, and it's a new one. And that's what I'm going to bring to you today. We have confirmation from Jen Psaki, the White House press secretary, that there will be a new $3 trillion stimulus package. So we're passing the $1.9 trillion right now, and they're already talking about, they're already getting the things in place for a new $3 trillion stimulus package. So we have had the CARES Act that passed March 27th in 2020. Then we had the $900 billion pandemic relief bill that came in December of 2020. And we are currently working on passing the American Rescue Act, which is right now the $1.9 trillion stimulus package. And now we have this brand new stimulus package that will be $3 trillion. So a lot more stimulus is coming. So you know what that means. You should smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm because dollar bills are about to start raining down. Washington Post reports that senior Democrat officials have discussed proposing as much as a $3 trillion stimulus package in new spending as part of what they envision as a wide-ranging jobs and infrastructure package. This would be the foundation of Biden's Build Back Better program. I mean, who thought that we would be spending more trillions of dollars this year? I'm not even joking. I honestly thought this last one, this $1.9 trillion, was the last one, but I was wrong. But the more that news comes out, the more things are starting to tie together. We have Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen on Thursday said a large stimulus package is still necessary to get the economy back to full strength, despite momentum suggesting that growth is off to a faster start than anticipated in 2021. So job growth has been pretty stagnant. Biden hasn't liked it. He wants to start off, with a boom, with a just going out flying in terms of his legacy, in terms of his presidency. And even though they're pumping out tons of vaccines, I think there are over 1 million vaccines that they're distributing and administering daily, the economy is still not back to where it was pre-pandemic in terms of the economy. And you all know that our lives are still far from being close to what we call normal. I mean, everybody's still wearing masks. So the only concern is the Senate. And here's what the Senate looks like right now. You have 50 Republicans, 48 Democrats, 2 independents that always side with the Democrats. So evenly split, 50-50. So they're passing the current stimulus package through budget reconciliation, which only requires a simple majority. So in the Senate, that's 51, with Kamala Harris coming in and being the tiebreaker. But with this new stimulus package that is going to be around $3 trillion, they can still use the budget reconciliation as a tool to get this new stimulus passed as long as it pertains to the budget. But it's going to take a lot of convincing for some moderate Democrats. But I'm not talking about in terms of amount, but in terms of targeting. So right now they have stated that it's going to be a part of the Build Back Better plan, which is Biden's plan. But it kind of sounds a lot like Make America Great Again, but that's besides the point. But it's going to include money for child care, elder care, infrastructure, domestic manufacturing, electric car tax credits, and a big one, clean energy. And yup, you guessed it, some more stimulus checks. Now, we don't know any amount in terms of what is going to be attributed to what in terms of this new $3 trillion bill that they're already talking about building and that they want to go ahead and pass this year as well. But we do know that with every package, they've included stimulus checks. And there's so many Democrats still stating that Americans need relief, and they need direct relief in the form of direct stimulus payments. So we know every single Democrat is pushing harder and harder 4 direct payments to Americans to get them immediate relief. Janet Yellen even stated 15 million Americans are behind on their rent, 24 million adults and 12 million children who don't have enough to eat. Small businesses are still failing and going out of business. And that's just the beginning. And that this $1.9 trillion stimulus package is just the beginning. They're asking her, well, what about inflation? Won't this $1 trillion spending increase that? Raise all the prices of everything up? Her words are, inflation has been very low for over a decade. And it's a risk, but it's a risk that the Federal Reserve and others have tools to address. She also said the greater risk is of scarring people, having this pandemic take a permanent, lifelong toll on their lives and livelihoods. So what's about to happen. Her and Jerome Powell are about to make that money printer go whirr. Jerome Powell even said that he's adding urgency to Biden's call for more stimulus. So everybody, and I mean everybody in senior leader positions on the Democrat side is ready to push forward for more stimulus on top of what we're already passing to Americans. But you got a lot of people that are thinking, we're spending a lot of money. What does this mean in terms of our deficit? So you can see in this chart here that the last time that we had a surplus in terms of our deficit was back in 2001. And ever since then, we've been spending like an 18-year-old teenager with their first credit card. And so the biggest spending being last year, and it was a lot. And we all know, literally it was almost equal to the previous 3 years equal of deficit. But we were in a pandemic and the country was literally shut down for a couple of months, taking a huge toll on pretty much every American's life. We are literally living in history right now. And as this continues to move forward, we're going to see more and more things happen that we just sit back and we're thinking, wow, they're still going to do that, or they're planning to do that. But now they're thinking in terms of getting things back to normal. So right now we are in a spending mode. There's been no talks in terms of the people in leadership, the people that have the power, in terms of scaling back or bringing down the deficit or saving some money. It's more like Congress has literally taken the congressional piggy bank and smashed it to pieces and ran over it with a truck and then shot it with a couple of lasers. Because we're spending like no one's business, but it's all to get things back to normal. And right now, everybody's focused on the Democrats. Everybody's focused on Biden. And they want to look as good as possible in terms of Americans' lives, in terms of the economy. And they're going to spend till they get things back to normal, because that's what people are going to remember. Some people are going to remember the spending, but more people are going to remember that this party was able to come in, fix things, and get things back to normal. So let me know what you think in the comments about all this, in terms of like the new stimulus package that's coming out and about our really high spending. And then we can all chime in on it. So thanks everyone for watching. This is Joel, True Life Investing. Until next time, peace out.